Hey guys, so I am here in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, and I am coming up to the end of my second trimester going into my third. So I just want to give you guys a quick recap on how my second trimester went while I'm out here. So overall, I would say my second trimester was way smoother and like 100% easier than my first trimester. Of course, you know, most of my first trimester I didn't know that I was pregnant, but you know, I was sick and exhausted and tired, and going into my second trimester I always heard people talking about how the second trimester is much easier. And you know, as soon as I turned, you know, 13, 14, that week, I thought it was going to be like boom, you know, everything, all the food aversions and the exhaustion and, you know, being tired all the time and the demotivation was going to go away. I thought I was going to go back to normal right away, and that's really not the case. And of course, everybody has their own experience, so my experience might not be the same as somebody else's, but it took a few weeks into the second trimester for me to start feeling more energy and to start being able to eat normal foods again. So I still couldn't eat chicken. I still wasn't eating spicy foods in the beginning of my second trimester. I was not eating very many sweets. I wasn't eating that much fruit. I was still always exhausted, but you know, it was the holiday season, so I had family over for Christmas and New Year's, and you know, of course, I got my energy up to the point where I could go take them out, go out to the city with them from time to time, but I was still very conscious about how my body was feeling. So it's important for you to really stay in tune and be very aware of how you feel and making sure that you really listen to your body. That's exactly what I did. If I felt like I was too tired, I wasn't going to push myself. There were a few days where I pushed myself too far, and I ended up doing myself a lot more damage. You know, I would throw up at the end of the day for no reason. I would be completely exhausted for the next 3 days instead, and you know, different things like that. So definitely listen to your body. If you're too tired, like take off from work, or you know, stay home, sleep in. Like, don't feel guilty for that. I definitely felt really guilty for feeling tired and feeling exhausted because I'm usually a really motivated person and I like to be out all the time. I'm sure a lot of you could understand and vouch for feeling that way, but thinking back on it now, I'd rather take that time, and I'm glad I took that time to recuperate and rebuild myself and take some time for myself to enjoy this process instead of pushing myself too hard where I'm constantly sick all the time. So I would say going into my 20th week was when I got a lot more energy and was able to be out more, even though I was still, you know, there's still a lot of like diseases going around, so, and it, you know, everyone being sick and all, so I still wasn't trying to be out that much, but I definitely had more energy to do things around the house and to just be more productive. As well as a little past my 20th week is when I started to be able to eat the foods that I had aversions from again. So I was able to eat chicken again, which I was really excited about. And I've been eating spicy foods. It doesn't do too much harm to me. Sometimes I feel him kicking in a way that he doesn't like it when it's too spicy, especially the spices out here in Malaysia. They've been like overly spicy, and I don't think he likes that. But it does not doing any harm to me or him really, I believe. So able to eat spicy food again, chicken again, which I'm really excited about. And I started eating a lot of fruit. So with the fruit, here's the deal. I started eating like a pack of strawberries a day. Like, I started really craving different fruits. So strawberries and oranges is what I was eating daily in a good amount, and also pineapple. But the thing is I spoke to a nutritionist within my first few appointments, and they told me not to eat that much fruit. And of course, you know, I'm thinking, like, how bad could fruit be? A little bit is okay. They didn't tell me to eat nothing, but I'm sure a little bit is okay, and I'm sure, you know, that's how I'm gonna get my vitamins and minerals and stuff like that. So I started eating a lot of fruit, and what happened was I gained a lot of weight within a month. So I gained about 10 pounds within a 1 month period, or like a 5-week period. And of course, when I went to the doctor and they weighed me, they were very, very shocked and surprised at how much weight I have gained. And what's been very confusing for me is that, of course, like the weight, the number that I'm seeing on the scale is going up, but I'm not really gaining weight. I physically can't see it anywhere else except for my stomach. So I thought I was doing fine. But of course, 10 pounds within 5 weeks is definitely way too much weight to gain that quickly. And they had me speak to another nutritionist, and we were kind of talking about the different foods that I was eating now and what my diet was looking like on a daily basis. And she was telling me how fruit, these sugars, yes, they're good sugars, but the sugars in the fruit will make you gain weight a lot faster and easier, especially in your second trimester. So what she told me was acceptable within, you know, a day's worth of nutrients is like half an apple or half an orange or a banana, like one of those. One of those is acceptable for like an entire day. So that's what I started doing. I made a change. I started to eat, you know, a little bit healthier because I was kind of nervous. I don't want to gain, you know, too much more weight in a short period of time. So I started eating maybe like a few strawberries, or yeah, half an orange a day. She also told me that I need to like do some exercise for 2 hours a day, and that's a big thing too. I'm sure a lot of you are exercising, but I was so exhausted, and I'm not part of a gym or anything like that. My exercise used to come from doing ballet and doing dance and things like that, and I kind of took a break from that, so I wasn't exercising at all, like at all. Just because of, you know, just being tired and exhausted and not really being educated on it. So she told me to like take a walk for 2 hours a day, and I actually started doing that, and it literally makes me feel better though. And at first I was like, 2 hours a day, that's so long, like how can I take a walk for 2 hours a day? But I, you know, split it into two. So I would do a 1 hour walk and then take a break, maybe eat lunch or something, and then go out again for another hour walk. And it actually feels amazing. Going into my second trimester, I definitely had a lot of lower back pain and leg pains. So I would get these like pains on the backs from like my butt, the back of my butt, and to like the back of my knee. And just my lower back would kill me. Like it was killing me, and I didn't know what to do. But once I started taking these walks and being much more active, those back pains, they didn't go away completely, but my back feels so much better after moving around. It's crazy. So I would say, you know, if you're pregnant and you haven't moved around or exercised at all and you're experiencing back pains, I would first do some walking and stretches to see if that will relieve it. I think it just really loosened up some muscles, and, you know, started to really use certain muscles, and it really helped me like a bunch. Like my back feels like I can, you know, do, you know, cartwheels sometimes or backflips sometimes. It really feels that much better. So I would definitely recommend that. Also, I've done quite a good amount of traveling in my second trimester. They say that your second trimester is the best time to travel. So Like I said, I went to the 2 onsens at the beginning of my second trimester, and then when I was 24 weeks, I took a flight from Tokyo to San Francisco, which is my home. That's where I grew up, just to be with my family for about a week. And that was completely fine. They were so sweet, super nice. I wasn't that nervous about flying. You know, the cabin attendants and stewardesses, they're very, very accommodating when you let them know the situation that you're in. So it was a really nice experience. I would not, you know, if you love to travel and you want to go places while you're still pregnant, I would say go for it and do it. You know, just let your doctor know what you're doing, just so that they can give you like the go ahead. And yeah, I would definitely recommend it. So at 24 weeks, I went to San Francisco, and then at 26 weeks, which is right now, I'm here in Malaysia. So I definitely learned a few things from my flight to San Francisco that I did for my flight here to Malaysia. And I got these compression socks. So that my legs wouldn't cramp up, and that the blood flow of my legs would still be okay and they wouldn't swell, and they did wonders. So definitely get some compression socks, and bring snacks with you as well. There could be a few meals on the plane that you just don't want to put into your body, or you don't like, or you know, you have an aversion to, or you're just kind of looking at it like, I don't really know if I want to feed my unborn baby this. So I definitely would bring some snacks with you that you can eat on the plane when you do get hungry. Yeah, and overall, it's been such an amazing experience traveling around. I had an amazing time here in Malaysia. This is actually my last day. And, you know, just going to the pool, eating the good food out here, and just, you know, always taking the usual precautions that you should always take, not pushing yourself too much. But this is the most energy that I've felt ever within this pregnancy. I feel so much energy. I feel like I can just get up in the morning and go do things all day, which I have been. And then yes, I'm exhausted by midnight, of course, and I just pass out. But I mean, I think that's super normal, and I would definitely recommend it during your second trimester. I do plan on traveling again around 30 weeks, but we'll have to see if that actually happens. I have to speak to the doctors and see how I will be feeling at that point. I felt him kicking a little bit. I would feel little kicks, like bumps here and there around 14 weeks, but they just started getting stronger and stronger and stronger. And I would say the first week of February, so that's, you know, halfway into my second trimester, I was feeling a lot more of the kicks. I would just wake up in the morning and he'd be kicking around, and they just increasingly start getting just more frequent throughout the day, as well as stronger. And now he is like constantly kicking. I feel like he's talking to me. I can tell, and it's amazing because I can tell the loving kicks, like, I like it, mommy, like, you know, I like that kind of kicks. And then I can feel the kind that's like, I don't like that, like, I can feel the difference of the kicks, which is so crazy. But I love it so much, and I already know I'm gonna miss feeling him kicking inside of me once he's born. So I'm just cherishing every moment right now. That's my favorite part of this pregnancy, is being able to feel his movements and feel his kicks at this moment. So I'm hoping that I was able to give you guys some value about the second trimester of your pregnancy and just my experience. So you know, let me know in the comments if you have any questions. Don't hesitate to reach out to me on any kind of the social media sites, just to connect. So yeah, I'll definitely keep you guys updated, and see you guys on the next vlog.